One of the most gratifying things about making games is seeing people enjoy, giving them something that they find memorable or impactful.
The marker of what is truly a great game in my eyes is that players feel like, this is my game.
Towerborne is an action RPG online multiplayer game, a beautiful cartoon-like setting.
You go out into the world, into this big map, and you explore it, and then come back with your treasures and level up your characters back at the tower where a lot of the story is going to be taking place.
There's different weapon archetypes that you can choose, different gear sets you can choose, and every character can play a distinctly different role.
Our motto is, I want to explore the world and I want to be strong enough to do it. Get in there, kill something, get something that's better than what you have, put it on and go, I could take that guy over there.
Towerborne is different than what we did on Banner Saga in that it's a much larger game with a larger team.
In the past with Stoic, there's far fewer people, and we would sort of just drive it from that core group of people and make decisions fairly quickly and just stick with them and roll with it.
But we're hiring all these divergent talents from around the industry that are bringing their expertise.
And now we've got a great studio that has a lot of diverse voices.
And we want to give our design team and the creative staff the freedom to say, this feels good.
Just recently, we reset all the progression and itemization in the game. What we've landed with now is leaning more into the expertise of the designers that are actually working on the systems for this. So the game that we see today is very different than what we originally designed towards, and it's so much cooler.
And so we've ended up developing it internally in the same way we intend to continue developing it for years with the community's engagement.
A lot of our backgrounds are live games and interacting with players.
Before we launched Banner Saga, we launched something called Banner Saga Factions. And we got feedback from players just on the combat portion of Banner Saga. And every day we would go in and make changes and change numbers.
That was so fun. It was so exciting to see how people were using the combat system.
It was one of the pillars when we started Towerborne that we'd like to get back to.
We want to foster a community. We want to foster players communicating with each other, discussing strategies, discussing how they would like the game to change.
Towerborne from the bottom up was built understanding that it's going to be a live game, and we were hoping the whole time to be going early access with that.
That's really compelled us to create a game that we're capable of being responsive on and making sure we're building that community from day one.
And so the entire process has been, what are we building to give to the community? And can we make sure all of our fundamentals are in place, that this is a good game? When you start it, you can complete the whole core loop. It feels good. It feels satisfying to get stuff. It feels satisfying to progress through it. Great. Let's hand that to the players now. Let them engage with it. Watch what they do and say, great, this next set of content that we're prepping needs to look like this.
The exciting thing for the player is seeing the game evolve in ways that they have a hand in.
We have the ability to look at our analytics and say, oh wow, they're not doing this thing that we thought they were going to do. And that actually helps us shape the questions that we're even putting out, and it shapes how we're able to listen to players.
We see it as, it's not us just building a game or the players just telling us exactly what they want. It's a collaboration.
It's a dialogue, right? We know we have a fun game. We're interested to know how fun it is. And so getting that open, honest feedback will be really interesting.
We're moving towards an Xbox game preview next year, and there's just going to be an enormous influx of players, and we want to be ready for all of that. And Steam Early Access is the setup for us to get all of those pieces right, so that when we hit game preview on Xbox, couch co-op can come online, a huge influx of players can hit that, and all of a sudden it just broadens out.
The thing about creating things and putting it in the hands of players is you think you know what they're going to do with it, but you never know what they're going to do with it.
I run a role-playing campaign, and every single time it goes completely off the rails in a completely different direction than I planned on. And that to me is the fun part. I see Towerborne as the same thing.
We're looking forward to all of it. The stuff they love, the stuff they don't like, the stuff they break.
Towerborne is designed and planned to be a long-term game. This is a game we are going to support for many years. It's going to evolve.
My greatest joy in this is going to be sitting here a year from now going, I had no idea that this would go in this direction.